moment. Somewhere out there, Finesse is panicking.
Well, let's see if Talon taste as good as they smell. That sounded differently in my head. Leviathan on the defensive side for pistol round. A lot of investment. We got Sheriffs and Ghosts with Mazzino, one of the highlight players for me. This guy stands out in the stats. I saw your tweet, Tom, and that's for sure. This composition from Talon, it might be able to put Lev on the back foot.
Already. We know this man's going to end up sitting at the top of the scoreboard.
Portal closed.
It's just whether or not there's anyone on the other side who can stop him. Primmy's the man we've been looking at, but taking that initial fight, well, it is going to be Primmy to get the kill. Trade is there, and now King steps up, leaving just a couple to try and stand, make it just one. Jip Boy's on the wrong side of the map, plenty of time. And okay, that was a nice shot. A couple more of those, he might have a chance.
Yeah, listen, a few players are low, but that dropout of Hookah is deadly, and they're all stacked up, ready to take the fight clean in the late stage of the round. Leviathan up 1-0. The pistol.
Sort of role switches. We have Mazzino, I believe, in the past playing that Brimstone, and to bring in the Sky, him on the Sky, they've actually swapped things up a little bit. Again, seconds into the round, it's going to be Aspas with another opener. And I don't blame them for avoiding the sniper and going back the other way.
Yeah, look, you got no shields. There's no point fighting an outlaw in general, and when it's in the hands of Aspas, yeah, definitely look for the other side of the map. Weaker weapons do await them there, but again, the dropout, always going to be dangerous. Someone like a Neon could definitely close the distance, but now that's not an option. We'll look to Primmy to try to find that space. Sky flash out, and they've dropped. Already getting pretty close. Now the danger is certainly there for Calm. He's not even able to grab the one. Overwhelmed by the numbers on the site. A plant secured, a small upgrade for Talon. The plant to be secured now, better position. It looks like they'll try to fight Mazzino for long control.
Spike planted.
Yeah, I was about to say, heal, get back up to a decent position. The problem is that none of that weaponry has been retrieved. But it's also, other than that sniper, a relatively low investment in this round. Rifles not available for the side of Leviathan. I don't imagine that they expected there was ever going to be a plant in this round. Primmy going to try and play up close. We've heard a lot about this guy and what he can do, but this was not the time for it, unfortunately. And now they're all just going to get slaughtered. One man standing, and the last man gone as well.
Well, that was certainly set up to be a very difficult retake, trying to fight their way back through. You saw a little bit of caution from Leviathan, playing anti-flash, waiting to turn the tide of a fight that you set up is there. The only question is if they can find success against a squad of this caliber.
Hello. Immediate push through Governor. He's going to run into two players, though. Very much solo, very much away from the rest of the team. And that's the one rifle. That's something I want to mention. Aspas has now bought into a Vandal. He's chucked his sniper over to Tex. But they're still playing with SMGs. Normally nowadays, you don't see this hard a bonus round. You have teams like having 3-4 rifles.
Yep.
So this is a round that Talon can't afford to lose. It would be such a boost to the economy of their opponents.
Yeah, the free upgrades would be there, as they already have been in part. Kings recovered that Vandal, and now Talon 4 versus 5. Slightly better weapons for Leviathan. A little bit of damage done, but it's Jip Boys down to 30. A little bit of heal to come through. They've at least secured themselves one kill, but off that pick, they're not quick enough to take the site control. Leviathan have rotated in, and by the time they go for this hit, and Tom, it does look like they're still going to go for this hit. There's going to be 3 players waiting on site, 2 rifles as well. This is not an easy take by any metric, and Jip Boys has gone down ahead of the take. Now Aspas is farming on the site. 4 already, dropped by Primmy and left to a 1v1. Already a successful bonus and a chance for a little bit more with Tex on the Outlaw.
Tex is playing it patient, though. All in all, a pretty successful round already for the side of Lev, but at this stage, you still got your sniper. You're going to sit there and hope that you can take this one over the line. Flash is going to give the game away, and he's teleported quite far from the site. And he's not got enough time! Oh, no!
Laugh at the end. That's a relief of a round handed to Leviathan, and now 3-0, a phenomenal start. Sure, they don't get to save over all those weapons. It wasn't flawless by any stretch of the imagination, but they will be happy with what they've acquired. Showstopper online for Aspas after a big round in the last. Here's Yoru taking control over Lamps. Nade greets him, and he's down to 7. He already tagged heavy. That's going to give a good chance for Aspas to delete him later on with the Outlaw.
The goal will be for Talon to try and get into some of these closer range positions. Aspas, he seems well aware of what Cruz has attempted. And just with the amount of delay they currently have, in fact, look at where the Leviathan players are, never mind, look at where they were. Jit Boys has managed to already drop 2, and this round now looks doable.
It does. With Aspas on 8 HP especially, even that showstopper might not be able to be used. He'll be shot out of the sky with just the 1 bullet, and he was almost wall-banged out of the round. They know that King's around this position. The bait doesn't work. Governor's now trapped in a corner, worried about the peek out from heaven, and King soon to look for that kill. Orbital strike to push him into the open. Leviathan feeling confident, and then they should be. Down goes Ban, it's only Governor, 1v3, low on Aspas, and he gets the first. Adjustment's almost there. King dodges the shot to the head, but they have to push into him. Snakebite not covering him. He has a small angle, and King's about to swing into it. Question is, will he wait for the support? The wall bangs force him down to 50 already, but Governor's tag low as well. Low enough for King to survive that onslaught for his 3rd kill in the round, and 4-0 we go. Talon, they didn't invest a lot though.
Around the 5% mark, I think. I think Leviathan have looked incredible on that map.
Yeah, Talon essentially got a choice of Icebox or Ascent, whichever one I think Leviathan would be happy to play.
Although we did think that with FPX.
Yeah, no, you know what? Fair enough. There's always that chance. But, Tom, if it's a slow start, if it keeps going this way, I'm not going to feel too confident about the bounce back coming into the next. We need to see Talon showing up. And like I said, last round, there was some serious promise there. They got a good amount of kills. It looked winnable at a point, and just a fight or two. Primi losing
out on ult as well.
Yeah, they got rid of the orbital strike. And if Primi wins that duel on Bath, they might even win the round. But that's not how it goes down this time. And now coming into the bye round, that showstopper's still there for Leviathan. They've upgraded to an operator as well. The defensive side has so much to work with, and the Bath control challenged by Primi. He's the only one here. If King wins this fight, you're cutting it down to just a one-angled approach, and they've heard the steps. They know that he's about here.
But that's the ult at least. That was the goal.
He's using it.
Immediately used, and we'll have to force King back. The rest of the team making their way through middle, but they've left Governor behind. He's trying to catch someone as they rotate, and actually, the whole team is going to rotate. They haven't pulled anyone, though. Haven't moved. That kill's so important. Mazzino, we've spoken about him being a hero, but it's only going to be the one. The trade, fantastic, and the best opportunity we've seen so far. Ban trying to play aggressively, though, and that might be a problem.
Yeah, that hasn't worked out. Primi grabs their eyes, and the back swing from Governor.
That's a much, much tougher take. Fact that Governor, as a solo lurk, eliminates him is great. And look at the economy already. Okay, Governor. He's feeling it with this Neon. Taking down Aspas as well. Well, this round is already over.
Yeah, pretty much. You're down to Calm and Mazzino, weak weapons to try to clutch it back. Last round, 2, Aspas tried to use the showstopper, so that's not there for them even in the future. Good recovery early on in the half by Talon. Looks to be 4-2. And they're even moving the right direction. Yeah, the only advantage that you would have here for Leviathan is if Talon go blindly pushing into you. Maybe Cruz TPs into heaven, gets taken down by the Stinger, someone walks blindly into Lamps, but...
So basically if they do something really dumb.
Yeah. And we saw that when they had pistols out, but you're not going to do that with rifles. Instead, it's just a direct approach to B. They're going to walk in, get a free plant, and from that point, Leviathan, I mean, they're not going to consider saving. They try to make this a costly round. The economy starting to get pretty healthy for the attackers after the last 2.
Ah, the fact that they won it fairly clean. I think there was a slight upgrade at least for Mazzino. So although their economy should be good for the next round, he may consider just looking for an exit and then holding on to the gun. And for Com, well, if he saves the Bucky, he's lost the plot. I don't think there's any realm where that happens. I think he's looking to try and get closer to the spike, but ultimately, he's going to win a 1v1 with a classic versus a rifle. Yeah, fair enough. That is an upgrade worth saving. Can just head back. I think he may get caught by Cruz, but he's definitely aware of the angle. He's going to win that fight as well. 2 kills. I spoke about exits. I don't think they're ever going to get more than that. And he gets an upgrade.
Yeah, both players will get upgrades out of that, and you're nice and comfy. I mean, they already have the rifle on Mazzino, so there's no need to go down to that spike. Carry it forward to the next. A little injection of economy.
Single time, just not falling back, and he is. He's going straight back for it. Past the Molotov. King's trying to bait out the idea that he's retreated. He's still going forward. He ran through all of the util. Okay, I've maybe a little bit of an injection of fear, but the rest of the team have still capitalized. Primi holding his ground on the flank. They've kept this advantage, but for a moment, as Cruz again attempts to TP, this is absolute chaos. Back into a 2v2 scenario. Ult popped as well by Primi, and now it's just one. Again, we talk about this man. The Prince of Pacific, the new blood, but I don't even know if he's going to peak this in time, and not quite quick enough. Com will take his head off and give a 5th round to Leviathan.
Well, it's some time coming down to those individual plays that aren't working out, but you can understand it. Like we said, the confidence for Governor was high after the last couple. He's done some damage and forced out the Viper's Pit in the first couple seconds.
Like you could see that Com is going, he might just run it down. I want to make sure that my pit's set up, but also that I'm within it and safe. So he just has to use his util immediately. And this time they haven't just executed off it. Maybe they were scared away. Jitboys, though, is going to be challenged. Oh! But this guy's aim is so crispy. 2 players dead. A 3rd one there. And the 3rd one is probably the one you're most scared of.
Yeah, it would be. Staying tucked in as well. As Aspa's going to overstay his welcome there. Talon go back towards it, they'd be in trouble. And you have Calm sat inside the pit, cautious that someone could be dropping out, trying to make a play out of Hookah. And, well, based on the icons on the map, that might be exactly what we're going to get. Still sitting around mid is Cruz, looking for the fight. Paranoia goes through. That's ultimately just keeping players in position on A. The full executes the B site. They're going to bypass the pit and leave Calm basically out of the round. He has to fight from a not so favorable angle. Instead, he's just going to give it up, drop the pit, and play the retake with his squad. But the re-pit from Talon, that's secure in spawn side. They have a good idea where Com is, that's for sure. And Mazzino's known to be towards A. This round seems to be tied up in a nice bow.
The only problem could be if they think Com is still towards long, because that's where the pit was. But even still, it would have to be a massive oversight for no one to think.
I think Ban is watching it.
And well, Mazzino's already been spotted. Not really an opportunity to get out of here either for Com, unless they're just going to completely abandon their posts. And I think he's just going to try and wait for them to back away and then do exactly the same himself, which is what he's managed to do. I think he will get out of this with the gun, so that's something at least. But again, it's these. I think the thing that's working out is firstly, Jip.
Well, let's sit in defaults and see what their adaptation is. And here it was to give Jitboys 2 fights that he took, well, seemingly with ease. 5-3. Recovery from Talon clear in the early half. The attack side's not going to let this one slip. It's going to be more of the same for them. A little bit of noise on B. Getting caught by the flash. Leviathan know there's players outside of it, but again, Jitboys and Cruz holding down those A aggressive angles. Of course, though, Leviathan making the adjustment from last round. Last time we pushed and they were waiting. Now we'll just wait.
It still means they have to go for these gamblers. Now, the thing is, they've got the flash still available with the Dizzy on Tex, and then a singular flash remaining for Mazzino. So he's got to time it well. The goal will either be to try and play it with the retake, which, considering how passive the A site players currently are, I think that might be the plan. Either that or just use that flash late, which is what he's doing right now, to get information. Nothing found on the B site. An aggressive push as well from Com. Now, Com doesn't have anything to play with in this round. He's literally just got himself this shorty. But with the control he's taking, they now know everything they need.
All the rifles stacked up. Thrash in heaven, ready to be fired out as soon as that deep space is taken. There's the fast lane. That is actually a Dizzy fired up and a drop down. That's Governor gone. Aspas doubling up, and then Tex comes into the fight. He's being pressured. Actually swings out a little wide. King's there for the trade afterwards, and with 12 seconds left, the pressure's on. Cruz needs to go for it. The shorty's chasing him down, grabbing a rifle. Com finishes it off. 6 on the board for Leviathan. The lead extended now, and it's...
Sure, you needed the likes of Aspas and others to hit the shots, but without that info, you can't stack that site.
Yeah, really important early round for Leviathan, and I wonder if Talon are going to make the adjustment. They're seeing that the Sky Flash, when it doesn't get contact, the aggression comes through. This time they have a player there tanking the flash, and early on that's going to deny Leviathan the opportunity to walk up. For Leviathan, maybe they decide to go walkabouts elsewhere. That's why Jitboys is still in this position. He had success before. He's just begging them to push down on short over on the A site, but that's not coming through. The dog not really finding too much information, just the one player spotted by it. And I think the idea is to make the noise, drag the rotations, and now they've got confirmation. They've heard the Brim smoke go down, so on Talon, you know that extra players come in. Typically, Brimstone, King has been on that A site. And I think they'll TP to A and take a quick hit.
The thing that makes me nervous is just the ults. The defensive side have so much to play with. They didn't need the Thrash for the last round. Orbital Strike available. They've got a Showstopper. You can't be hitting this site late. And while it's going to be 40 seconds, Talon make their move.
Yeah, the rotations are already in. Leviathan again stacked up. They try to pressure after the ult goes through, but King, Tex, Aspas, they're all here. And there's still one man that's flown under the radar. Talon have Jip Boys on 26 HP. It's fair to say the responsibility sits with Cruz. And
pretty much plenty of time to spare. I feel like Talon almost need to at least claim a little bit of map control early, just so that if they are going to go for one of these hits late in the round, they actually have some ground to go in, and they haven't given everything over to their opponents.
I'm looking for the attack side ideas laid in. One orb away from Primy's ult, which found them a lot of success in clearing out sites, though I think still more can be desired from it. We'll be online for the last round, at the very least. Maybe you can find it here. Push up towards A seems evident. Ban left on the other side of the map to cause some chaos. They've again caused that rotation to come through on B, but look, the dog's just gone down B long. It's seen absolutely nobody. Rotates now back to A, but this is the first time in a while that Talon are finding the site relatively undefended. And the kill goes in on the other side of the map. Chaos for Leviathan. They're picked off left, right, and center. Mazzino has the pressure on him. The whole squad coming towards him. Bar Jip Boys, who's left behind. A flash on the left, a swing on the right, but the dash keeps him alive. A little slide around for Governor, and with 7 HP, keeps the 5v1 in fruition.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of what Governor's doing is just irrational and annoying, but when you're sat on the other side, it's so difficult to play against. For King, finances are good. You're going to be going into the last round, so you might as well try and challenge this. And Governor, again, it's a flawless, but now going the other direction. And I like the
quickly executing on that information. We'll see if Leviathan have an early strategy of their own, because I see a stack up towards this B site. Ult used by Governor. The finger guns are out, but Jip Boy still having that success. Every time they push an angle, this guy's holding. He's good to double up and then some. Mazzino's going to try to deal with him now. Oh, and he's turned at just the wrong moment. But it doesn't seem to matter too much. A 4v2 with Governor's pick.
King's ult, it's been online for a while. I think Mazzino's still wary that they could be on the other side, but the plant's going to be denied. That will allow for a rotation. The fact is they could still go back if they wanted to. A hero desperately needed for the side of Leviathan, otherwise Talon will have at least been able to close the distance from the way that this half started. I don't know if they're going to be given anything, although a few fights offered up to King.
Still a flash for Ban if they need it. Same thing for Primy. Governor doesn't seem to want any help. Going in for the fights by himself. There's the Primy flash, and there's the closer. Great half from Governor.
Use his imagination, and I'm sure the coaching staff have come up with a lot of ideas. It's whether they work.
Whether they work, and whether they work versus Leviathan.
They've got 4 players B at the beginning of the round. This looks like almost a direct counter to whatever pistol they think their opponents have got planned, and the stun, decent, but they don't get anything off it.
Yeah, Tex was waiting for Primy's peak, but even as he swings out now, he's caught. An opening duel for the side of Talon. They keep their control. And the players still looking to get aggressive around here. There's no need to rotate all too heavily. They've got themselves a nice early advantage. The question is now, with 4 players on B, as the timer ticks down, do they start to rotate?
Players over towards long.
4 long.
It's weird. They're almost playing this like an attack. Like, let's group up together. We got one Lurker, our Viper, on the other side of the map.
Here we go.
And well, another one coming up. Mazzino trades one, but Ban's done well. Calm on the Lurk. But he probably knows now that there isn't going to be anyone else here. It's whether or not Aspas can actually retrieve this spike.
No blast packs to get him in and out. And Cruz quickly takes his head off. Calms flank all that remains of the round. And like you said, the spike is down. Going to have to probably TP to go and get that. That would give him away. Instead, he's rotating the loud way, the long way, and, well, Ban has already spotted him. He's put in a box. 20 seconds left. 4 kills. Spike plant. And next to no time to do it. The spams are really what it comes down to, and there's a man right behind him with a knife out. No, okay. Thank you.
TP, if anything, was shown on the other side. Governor, well, it's looking like more of the same. He loved playing in showers in the first half, and he's back again.
Well, they do an instant TP with the decoy. Noise heard. Leviathan take control over Bath, again leaving Calm on the other side of the map to try to get this done. Catch someone off. We've already seen what his classic can do, so pretty confident in his duels. The Bath control, this is a risk by Primi. He's going in for the fight against a lot of pistols, but the TP comes through. Big rotation, flash is good, swing is better, and the round is secured with just one loss. Gorgeous stuff, 7-7, tied up now. And, well, I guess the real test for Talon will be in the future rounds now, when the buy rounds come out and we get to see the limitations, potentially, of this comp. But like you said, they could have some ideas. I'm excited to see what they are.
I think we've already seen a couple of them. The fact that, again, you've got the classic sort of Tiger setup where you have the screen blocking and then you have the pop flashes through along with the Tiger to reveal anyone on the other side. It's a lot easier to do that versus pistols than anything else. But again, like, this is something that LEV won't have been prepared for, won't have been practicing against. For now, a couple of Guardians, Bulldog, a Judge, and a Marshall, and a very quick take coming out of LEV.
Snakebite blocking out the backside, but Governor's up top. Looking to execute one of these players with the Marshall, deal some damage, but he's forced back by the spams. Leviathan get control of site. Plant in, no flank, but they're watching it with Calm just in case. Snakebite already used, like we said, so there's a little bit of post-plant utility stripped from them. But in this round, you're going to look to do the damage with the rifles. There's a Judge on Jit Boys that's going to have a tough time in taking anywhere else other than Lamps, and so he's following the dog straight through, already tagged up, and they give up the space. Little tap from Aspas as well. He's making it costly in terms of health, but now he's dropped. Quick peek by Governor's good. Decoy reveals the position of Mazzino, starting to connect the dots on where these players are, and Mazzino wants to make a play, but straight into the entire force of Talon. King steps up when needed. His fourth kill, and an ace might be needed, but the Molly buys him a little bit more time. Up quickly as Governor, dashing around, but King's got
King, the final blockade standing in their way.
Well, listen, I'll say this. Talon have had two very impressive bonus rounds. When it comes to those low buys, they're getting a lot of damage done. And that may stand to them if they can win this one. Leviathan will then be lower on cash.
Yeah.
8-7. The scoreline close to neck and neck. A slight edge to Leviathan. The rifle's out for Talon with an ult on Primi again, but this time defensive side, it won't have that same effect. But if Leviathan keep pumping the brakes on this, he might just use it for the info.
All right, Governor. Everybody's favorite operator angle. You've pushed all the way through showers. I feel like I've said that about 8 times with him so far this game. The problem is it locks down a lot of control, but they are just walking up. I think they're starting to realize how much of a gamble in these rounds are being taken by Talon. And because of that, they just have a free amount of space. Now, the good thing for the side of Talon is not only do you still have Showers control, which is about to be fought for, though the shot is missed, and now, well, Governor's under real trouble. How has he done that? Oh, Com has just been absolutely destroyed. He's been made to look a fool. This man is in the spawn fighting absolutely everyone. They can't quite deal with him, and perfect synergy off the paranoia alongside the... Okay, finally, he's been dealt with, but so have the rest of LEV. There's no choice. Mazzino has to save, and he won't be allowed to.
This is goddamn fun. I want more of Talon.
Who would have believed that in the server right now, Aspas is the 3rd best duelist?
Yeah.
I don't think it will last.
Well, let's see. It's 8-8. Talon have caught up, and now Leviathan are left down to just pistols. One rifle, and it's on Aspas. He's got the Guardian creeping out through the smoke, blind, and Aspas is dropped immediately. Jit Boys cannot be pushed, and he's got Ban by his side. Cruz as well, and they're dominating every duel. Calm's left alone. Similar scenario. We've seen this one before. Just a classic to work with, and I almost thought he'd win that fight, but
wasn't far away.
Cruz is on a redemption arc from the first half. I think he came out of there with 1 kill. He's certainly catching up with the pack.
Yeah, I think he got a couple in the pistol and denied a knife. But they now take the lead. We were questioning how this was going to work over on that defensive side. Governor's operator was something we talked about. I think it's been far more aggressive than expected. He's playing it more like a chamber than anything else. We saw it from Autumn, but he doesn't have the get out of jail free, although seemingly he does, like just being able to dodge and weave. But this is where they get the rifles back on the board ults good for the side of LEV. Like, these are high-impact ults, and they are ready this time. But will that matter?
Com's pulling off his best Jit Boys cosplay. Governor on the other side. He's got cover. He's being watched by Primi. There's no free swing for Leviathan to take, and only risks for the attacking side. They've gone up, smoked off on long, but they've managed to retrieve themselves an orb. And now Seeker's online for Mizzino as well. 3 high-impact ultimates in play. You can see with the tracers, yeah, Primi's got that angle on lock. The wall goes up, and he'll take the space. I like this push, especially because he doesn't actually have a gate crash. It's already already decayed.
Yeah, he's taking a risk. Oh, it's a nasty surprise for Com, but a trade back again from King. This guy has been on point. 45 seconds on the clock. Seekers being popped as they look to make their move. There's the operator again from Governor. Seemingly unstoppable. Ultimate's going to be there, but doesn't last for long. And now Aspas steps up to the plate. Puts them in an advantageous position. And Ban, whoa, he seemed like he was unaware, but he actually wins that fight.
The Wingman's got the plant in. Mosh Pit and Molly and Orbital Strike online. Thrash just in case. Talon need to move quickly to get back into this round, and Ban on 8 HP won't really contribute to that being possible. They're waiting in case there's someone close by. Maybe not yet realizing the post-plant setup they're about to run into. Here comes Orbital Strike to start it. It's halved, but damage is done. 25 and 8.
Oh, no.
In goes Thrash. I actually thought it would be a different order to this with the Mosh Pit coming in next, but they need to be quick now. The Mosh Pit's a little bit late. They've already got it most of the way, but the diffuser killed just in time. King has saved the day, and Ban is going to save on the other side of the map. That was a little bit too close. I felt my heart skip a beat.
How does this happen?
It's 1 tick away. 1 tick too many. Talon robbed of double digits. We're now back to 9-9. Leviathan pushing the credits down lower, but Talon still have some to fall back on. Governor's gone for the Outlaw in this round.
They could afford an operator, it seems. Like, there's plenty of credits still around, so...
Or even just a rifle. He's been damn good with the Vandal, but he's going in for the Outlaw. I respect the hustle. Let's see if it pays off.
He is not moving. He is standing his ground. Paranoia, but I don't think the timing was there. I don't even know how Primi has gone down to that, but I guess we'll need a replay of that one. Even still, that's the advantage they were looking for. Governor has to be dead. Yep, not going to be able to reload quick enough. Cruz still lurking within the smoke, has a little bit of support, but they do have to be wary of other angles. Mizzino taking the fight, not overextending, doesn't want to give the game away, and the timing for Cruz wasn't great, but he still got both kills. Tex and Aspas gone, they now have an advantage.
No post-plant utility either. This has got to be defended with pure brawn. Inside the smoke, Mizzino, oh, it's beautiful! Up until that point, but he got there in the end. Reload in, low HP on 1, but Ban's there to take the fight. Talon were denied double digits in the last round, but they will be the first to reach it. Now taking the lead at 10-9.
Did you see how upset he was?
I did, I was looking down.
Around? Come on, Frost, where's the smile? You're 10-9 up versus LEV. I think a lot of people's favorites for this whole tournament.
High
maybe
expectations.
Genji. Maybe Genji.
Maybe Genji, yeah.
Maybe second.
We are in Korea as well. But for Talon, this achievement, already one they can be proud of, but they're not stopping here. A retake needed. But look what they're up against. Just pistols and Aspas on a Guardian. We've seen this before. It was the B-long push, and they were very quickly put to bed. This time, though, Talon have to go pushing into them. They don't seem to mind that all too much, though. TP down to the backside. Aspas is caught. That's the rifle stun for a moment. Big swing in from Governor again. Aspas only dropping the 1. And now we're down to classics that will be quickly dealt with. The defeat. But this composition, it has put them on the back foot. The attackers now having to clean sweep back through, as we said. Oh, that's heard. That's heard. Calm was, I think, just close enough to get that sound cue. They have an idea there could be a man behind enemy lines, but they're focusing forward instead, leaving Calm to watch the flank.
Smoke's being thrown down from afar. Information definitely there. Looking like they're going to try and play this one as a retake, and you can understand why. Seekers are online, but also it's just that late positioning. Com actually has Viper's Pit, but in the meantime, he has taken out Cruz. It's not pretty from Tex. Tex, he's only going to get the one. He's done a lot of damage to Governor, though. Ban keeps things even. The trade's back, Continuous and Primi. He's got to be careful. The edge of this smoke that's about to fade. Calm is waiting, and Aspas is watching. It's left all onto Ban to try and fight back, but Aspas, again, will be there for Leviathan. I don't think they slowed down the sick orb shot after he was sliding. No, let's slow down the whiff.
Yeah,
our
production
production
dirty.
is toxic.
I love it. I love it. Oh, here we go. Aspas, he's straight in and straight out. No one else able to fight him. Mazzino's gone through the wall. Ban's doing a hell of a job. But now you might even think about taking it another direction. Viper's Pit is up, blocking out Calm's access to sight. And indeed, the spike is making its way backwards. Even then, okay, it is a retake from Talon on that side. Maybe the Pit can help out in the post plant. What's King 2 away? Won't be getting an orb all that easily. In fact, he might be getting an orb, but just from the death, down to 24 HP. He's ducking. He's made it.
Just about. I like the fact that Talon are not particularly committed on the A site. They've gone, okay, we're going to stack up again. This is something they've done throughout the half, is really take risks with where they're putting their players, but then be happy to play the retake. And in this case, it makes a lot of sense. You've got Dimensional Drift online. You've got the Overdrive for Neon as well. These are ultimates that can take space so ridiculously fast. You go, okay, you can have the site. And especially an ult like this, normally it's a death sentence, but with Yoru's ult, it's a little bit easier to clear.
It may help. The concerns, though, Snakebite and Molly still online for the side of Lev. King playing far away, just looking to drop that in. Stop them where they start. Let's see if the ult certainly is catching them, but it's going to have to be Primi to do the damage. He sees the shorty. He knows what he's up against. Flash goes in. Second flash, and the spray from Calm doing so much. The commitment from Primi gets him one, but Calm still breathing. And now, a chance to bring this across the line. It's only Ban remaining. This round was looking favored to Talon. They had it all. And the Pit's dropped. Ban's caught one, and with Pit down, he has to go quick. He has to get on that here and now, and he realizes there's just no time to root Calm out of position. Looks like Calm might not survive, but he's done enough. 11.
Lev. Maybe they're not as favored as people would think. I think Ascent is going to be the real proving ground of that. Weaponry, there's a gap or two. A judge for Cruz, I don't think is too much of a problem. They're going for this two-man stack up in Hookah, just looking to try and hold on to that control. The thing is, ult-wise, nothing. There will be no ults unless Ban is going to get an insane multi-frag. And on the other side of things, Showstopper is close, and they've got the orbital strike.
Well, they've got the site control too, but Hookah's still in the hands of Talon.
Where's he going?
He's gone straight in, and that was not the play. Tex was very ready for that one. I mean, Cruz's TPs have been interesting. Spray down, not great for Mazzino. It does damage, but doesn't take down the players. Aspas, though, with the wall bang does. And that's a little angle they weren't expecting. Jip Boy's up top. He's made it work before. He's pulled back some rounds. Ban on the side, luckily corrects in time, but he's the last man standing. Couple rounds in a row, tapping away at the head. And he's not going to get a free opportunity. Mazzino, well, maybe he will. We get ADS on that. The 3 players to deal with, time against him, rifle in his hands, and economy low. Saving might even be the play that he's going for, but the flash comes out at just the wrong time. 12 to 11. That's like slowing down a replay of a whiff.
Yeah, no, it is. It's rude. 12 to 11. Talon have fought tooth and nail. They've proven that they can compete. That all becomes meaningless if you can't get it over the line. Aspas, Showstopper out. But speaking of out, the entirety of the opposing team are already set up for the retake. Ban, 1 kill will gift them Seekers, get them that information. The problem is the retakes have been solid. Molotov actually used early from King just to try and deny some of the space as they now attempt the retake to keep them in the map.
Still some post-plant utility. Still got the molly that was fired out, and then King gets a double on the back, just swinging in every kill for Leviathan. Barely a scratch of damage, and it's left to Ban. For Field